Hey guys, this is SF and Sweet Deer, the normal extreme for the Brave Girls series, and my team is Yastra, Cleopatra, Harley X, and I think Pandora. Yep, and Pandora for the friend. So it is an easy dungeon because I'm using like crazy OP monsters, but all in all, as long as you know what to do, it's not that bad. A lot of people would use Bart's for this dungeon just because he is a no block and a drone breaker. So the main point of this dungeon is clearing drones. So there is a dark drone that has a skull. If you can clear the drone with the skull, it will shoot out grenades and it will shoot out the other light drones that's around the boss, and those drones can get in the way a little bit, and depending on the phase it will also deal damage to you, so you want to mitigate as much damage as you can. The bunnies also do a lot of damage if you keep them alive, so you want some mob clearing in a sense. Cleopatra is good for the recovery because you can be here for a relatively long time. And then, Pandora, Harley X are for the damage sources. And of course, Harley X is a no block as well. There is some gravity barrier, so that's why I kind of stacked with no gravity barrier monsters. But you can totally go with monsters that don't have no gravity barrier, as long as they have powerful damage, like high damage, like something like a Loki or something. Although there are some laser barriers, so maybe Loki's not that great, but there are some gravity barriers like that. Okay, Cleopatra's turn. I'm just going to go up and down. Although there's no loop hit in this dungeon. Why? Because the loop hits happen when the monster hitboxes are right inside, like right in between the blocks. But in terms of Sweet Deer, the hitbox is a little bit smaller than the space between the blocks. So that's why you can get pinches with bounce monsters in there and not hit loop hits like what you see in Nirai Kanai. Because Nirai Kanai's hitboxes between those blocks is actually, the edges are actually on top of the blocks, whereas Sweet Deer is actually not on top of the blocks, so that's why loop hits doesn't really work. Of course you can deal damage, but Cleopatra's does reduce speed whenever he crosses Sweet Deer. Okay, but in terms of my team comp, Yastra is a Beast Slayer, no gravity barrier monster, so that's why he is good. Everything is a beast except for the drones. So the bunnies and of course Sweet Deer is both beast monsters. Harley X, like I said, no block, so it's really good just to get in there. The only main reason you want to clear off the dark drone is because you don't have a lot of no block monsters. Because during that stage, all the drones are blocking your path into Sweet Deer. So that's why you don't. You kind of want to clear off the dark one. But if you have a lot of no block monsters, some other ones is recoil is also good, I guess. The Farflight monster striker that I used in, actually I didn't show you that video, Blizzaga, is also good. Anyways, boss time, 18 turns and 3 bars. Now I guess I'll talk a little bit more about Sweet Deer's attack patterns, because I've been wrecking the mini boss stages. So first turn, it's always that circle. I think it's spinning his horns or something. But that's his main damage for the most part. So as long as you're kind of away from Sweet Deer, then you are relatively safe. He also has an explosion that will deal damage to you, but that's really far away, and most likely if you bring Pandora's and Harley X's, you won't even have to deal with it. Key. And there you go with the poison from Cleopatra. Okay, next one goes on the bottom right side. And this time you kind of want to clear off the drones, because there is hardly any room to make into Sweet Deer, and Harley X is not really in a good position to get under Sweet Deer or get on top of Sweet Deer, even with her no block. And somehow that drone is still alive. There you go. Boom. In this phase, the drones will move around instead of dealing damage to you. Just so they switch it out, I'm going to strike shot just because I have more than enough damage for the last stage with Harley X and Cleopatra, and worst case, Yashtra as well. Yashtra has it's like a straight line that can bypass laser barriers, and it deals 1.4, between 1.4 to 1.9. But that's of course onto Sweet Deer. And I'm just using Harley X because why not? Because I kind of wanted to show Cleopatra's strike shot, but Cleopatra's not in a really good spot for her strike shot. But either way, there are drones around Sweet Deer, so just strike shot and hope for the best. I hit 2, so that's always good, and 2.3 million in his face. And I kind of wanted to do use Yasuo's strike shots to show you how it is, but sadly I hit the gravity barrier and boom, boom, he is dead. Like I said, not a bad dungeon, and he's a relatively good monster. No gravity barrier, energy circle, no real holes. It's just that he's not really unique in his ability set. So if you have like a lot of max lux, you probably won't use him anytime soon unless there's a really good dark mech monster that you want to deal with. But that's pretty much it for me. Hope you guys like and subscribe, and see you guys next time. Bye.